JavaScript math.random method returns random numbers between 0 and 1. 0 is inclusive while 1 is exclusive. Now, I want you to note that there's no such thing as JavaScript integers. Due to how JavaScript store numbers, JavaScript store numbers as a floating point numbers, not like an integer format. So there's no such thing as JavaScript integers. We don't have that in JavaScript. We're talking about numbers with no decimals here. So when we talk about integer, we are talking about numbers without decimals. But actually, the way JavaScript store number is in a floating point format. So a quick walkthrough of some examples that demonstrate the math.random method with different examples and using it a combination with the math.floor in order to generate whole numbers. So let's get onto it. So you can see this. So now I want to change the values that I have here to 11. And you can see what's happening. So you can see that each of these processes is generating a random number, a random integer, due to the fact that we are passing this method into the math.floor method. For example, now if I should take out this math.floor method, so instead of doing this, so let me just comment this out so I can be showing each side by side. So get element by add. Yeah, so if you see math.random method by default, you can see what is returning. So let me refresh. You can see. So it is this math.floor method that is helping us with the rounding up of those numbers that we are seeing. So let me comment this again. And now you can see so this is a value of 11. So what if I change this to a value of 100? What will happen? You can see that the number that is returning is higher as well. You can see 80, 39, and even 165, but the dominant happens to be a higher number. So I can also say, okay, I want a number to be returned between a random integer from 0 to 100. I want 0 to be included and I want 100 to be included too. So that means I will have to increase the number by 1. So if I want both 0 and 100 to be included, I will need to increase this number by 1. That is how JavaScript will be able to capture 0 and capture 100. If I set it at 100, it's always going to be an inclusion of numbers between 0 and 99. So now I have 101. So let me just see 91, 36, 34, 46, 75, 67, 89. So you can see I'm trying to see if you can get 99 or 100. You can see 95, 91, 93. It's back down again. So this is how you get an inclusive of 0 and 100 because 101 is not going to be included. So now you can also return a random integer between 1 and 10, both included. So if you want to return an integer between 1 and 10 and you want the two to be included, so how do you do it? So the same method but different approach. So with what we have here, I have removed 1 from 101. Then you can just add +1 to it. +1. That means there must be an error, and the error is this bracket, so it needs to be out. Now you can see immediately I took it out. You can see this. So this is going to return a random integer between 1 and 10 included. So have you seen 1? I'm not sure. You can see 10. It will return 10 in succession. It will return 10, so it's just because of that +1 outside. So without that +1, it's not going to capture 10 as part of the return output. But because of that plus one, that is why you are seeing 10. So you see that both 10 and 1 will be captured. You can see 10 in succession as well. So it has changed. You can see 1 as well. So which means that these expressions contain both 1 and 10 as the random integers that needs to be returned from this method. So this is how you return a number and you return two numbers from a random expression. So what if we change this to 2? Maybe someone has this question in mind. So let's see what happens. So if you change this to 2, let's experiment. You can see that not only is this giving us random number, it is also showing us 11. Just because we've added 1 to the one that we had initially and we've increased the value to 2, and now we have 11 as a part of our output. 11, 5, 2, 4, 5, 8, 5, 8, 3, 10, 8, and so on and so forth. So there's no such thing as JavaScript numbers because JavaScript store numbers as a floating point object.